This video is specifically catered to those of you who just started game development and are working on your first project. My number one advice for anyone starting new is to start small. I've shown my first game many times on this channel, but this is technically not my first game. This is my first commercial game. My first game kinda looks like this, and it was abandoned after 1.5 years. And none of its assets was used in the future projects. The only thing I've retained from working on this project was the knowledge. I feel like every game developer should go through this phase where you work on a project, abandon it, and then start a new project, and maybe you ship that one. I also understand that many of you have come to game development with a lot of monetary intent, and I can tell you that within the world of game development, there is plenty of money to be made. But, just like everything else, seeds need to be planted, trees need to be grown, and then you can pluck the fruit. If you have started game development right now, and you're expecting to make decent amount of money within 1 year, well, the chances are actually pretty slim. There is a lot that you need to learn, and you have to learn them simultaneously with the development of your first game. And you have to make a lot of mistakes along the way, which is what led me to abandon my first game after 1.5 years of development. There was a lot of things wrong with it, from a technical aspect, fundamental aspect, and design aspect. If you wish to be a successful independent game developer, there are two main subjects you need to learn: game development itself and game marketing. These are two separate and completely different careers, and mastering both of them is necessary for ensuring success. Step 1. Make a small game, make it with the intent to learn and not to earn. Make something simple that uses simple mechanics. And my suggestion is to make it 2D and not 3D, because you don't want to overwhelm yourself. While you keep the mechanical aspect of the game simple, make sure that you make the appeal aspect of it, well, appealing. Once you have worked a few months on it, drop it on itch.io for free, because that's a perfect place to start your second career, marketing. Because it is there you will realize that even though your game is free, no one will play it. Not because they don't want to, but because there are 10,000 games being released on itch.io per second. I may or may not have exaggerated this number by a slight margin. Once you realize that no one will play your game unless you already have an existing audience gathered entirely by yourself in a completely different platform, you're going to begin working towards building that audience. And that is exactly what I neglected doing in 2018. Fortunate for me, the market was easier to get into back then, and even then, it was mainly the console market that brought me the salvation. Today things are different, and that is exactly why I have to re-emphasize how important the marketing part is. Step 2. Learn what doesn't work. When I was a young indie dev, I sent tweets to individual people telling them to wishlist my game. I learned it from other devs, and it doesn't work. This is the equivalent of being a door-to-door salesman. It's inefficient. One of the most important parts of marketing is to spend least amount of time and effort and gain most amount of results. This method is the opposite. Another thing that doesn't work are tweet chains like these, or Discord channels like these. It's like putting all the spam in a spam folder and expecting people to look inside the spam folder. Step 3. Learn what does work, both for game development and marketing. When it comes to coding, for example, there are many things that I've been doing wrong for years. And then I randomly watch a YouTube video and I'm like, wow, I wish I knew this 10 years ago. Watch tips and tricks videos a lot. As for learning marketing that does work, I would suggest you watch some of Zukowski's presentations. He is the best guide for Steam marketing, and some of his tips would also work on itch.io and other places. To help you out, I'm going to leave you with links to 10 good videos in the description, both for game development and game marketing. Some of these videos are so good that if I had seen them sooner in my 10 years of game development, I would have probably been in a different place right now. So start by watching these and subscribe to the YouTubers that has made these videos, and keep watching YouTube videos about game development. At least 40% of your total time should be spent on watching and learning from other indie devs. Even today, after a decade of being a game developer, I still do this. Thank you for watching, and good luck with your first project.